The life and sad ending of Bobby V. Bobby V was born Robert Thomas Vellineon on April 30th, 1943 in Fargo, North Dakota, to Saima Cecelia, Tapanila, and Sidney Ronald Velline. His father was chief and also played the piano and violin. He was of mixed Norwegian and Finnish ancestry. His family was musically inclined. V's brothers, Bill and Sidney Jr., played the guitar and were part of the local band. While in junior high school, V learned the saxophone. He later learned the guitar from Bill. He did paper routes and used the money to buy a guitar. His brother and friends formed a band. V was added as a vocalist because he only knew the lyrics of all the songs. V's career began in the wake of a tragic accident. February of 1959, musicians Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Ritchie Valens were traveling for a concert to Moorhead, Minnesota, when their light chartered plane crashed near Clear Lake, Iowa, killing all of them. The organizers decided to go ahead with the concert, which was to be part of the Winter Dance Party Tour. And looking for a local band to fill in, V and his friends, who had been practicing for 2 weeks, got a chance to step in and took up the name The Shadows. Their act was well received, fetching them more local assignments. During this period, Bill Velline added Elston Gunn to play the piano. He played the band for a few assignments, but was parted ways. Later, he became interested in country music and came to be known as Bob Dylan. After several local shows in 1959, the group recorded Susie Baby in Soma Records in Minneapolis. They added some instrumental tracks to the record. The single became #1 in Minneapolis and was noticed by Liberty Records. By the end of the year, V was signed to the label. However, some of the subsequent tracks, such as a cover version of Adam Faith's Do What You Want, failed to create any waves. The label was about to terminate his contract when V's Devil or Angel picked up the pace of the charts and reached #6. V was offered a long-term contract with the label. He was 17 back then. His next number, Rubber Ball, written by Gene Pitney, managed to pick up the place among the top 10 singles. Working with Liberty Records, V achieved stardom in rock and roll music during the 1960s. The songs released in the first half of '61, such as Stayin' In, How Many Tears, and Babyface, achieved moderate success. In July of 1961, his track, Take Good Care of My Baby, topped the national hit charts for 3 weeks. Another track, Run to Him, reached #2. He received brand endorsement assignments and became one of the first rock and roll singers to endorse products. In 1962, V delivered hit success such as Please Don't Ask About Barbara and Sharing You. In 1963, he delivered the hit The Night Has 1,000 Eyes. He was considered a bill-building performer. He also had appeared in movies such as Swingin' Along, It's Trad Dad, and Come On, Let's Live a Little. With the emergence of the Beatles in 1964, there were many changes in the rock and roll scene. For the next few years, V's tracks did not make it to many charts. In 1967, his single Come Back When You Grow Up reached #3 and brought him back into the race. His backup band now had changed the name from The Shadows to The Strangers. In 1968, his song Sweet Sweetheart was the last single for Liberty Records that made a place on the charts. In 1972, V released the album Nothing Like a Sunny Day under his own name, but it was not successful. He continued touring and had packed shows in the UK, Europe, and the Far East. In 1989, he was invited to Clear Lake, Iowa for the Buddy Holly Memorial Concert, and this continued year after year. Last of the Great Rhythm Guitars, a male-only cassette, was released in 1992. In 1999, V was awarded the Rough Rider Award, North Dakota's highest award for Native Achievers. He was inducted into the Rockabilly Hall of Fame in March of 2011. Till 2011, he toured with his family band, the V's, which included sons Robert, Thomas, and Jeffrey. On December 28, 1963, V married Karen Bergen at the Holy Rosie Church, Detroit Lake, Michigan. They were married for over 50 years when Karen died of kidney failure on August 3, 2015. They had 3 sons and a daughter, Jennifer. Since 1981, he and his family had been staying at St. Cloud, Minnesota. The family ran Rock House Productions in St. Joseph, Minnesota. They perform regularly at the annual community fundraising programs. In 2011, V was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. He then completed his final CD, which was released 3 years later. He was under memory care during the last few months of his life and died of complications related to the disease on October 24, 2016, at the age of 73. We don't get a chance to do many things, and everyone should be really excellent. Because this is our life, life is brief, and then you die, you know? And we've all chosen to do this with our lives, so it better be damn good. It better be worth it. Love is the only thing that will carry with us when we go, and it makes the end so easy. Bobby V loves music so deeply it spreads to the people who love music in the minds to each people. It matters not how a man dies, but how he lives. The act of dying is not importance. It lasts so short a time. Death is the state in which one exists only in the mind of others, which is why it is not an end. No goodbyes, just good memories. Sleep after toil, port after stormy seas, ease after war, death after life does greatly please.